To Illinois, man? Like, what went into the? Can you walk me through the process of making this decision and what went into it?
Yeah, so there's a lot of factors that went along with it, but ultimately it was just Coach B and the coaching staff building a great program and culture here. It's just something I want to be a part of. So.
Did you play baseball last year, Coach? What kind of made you want to step away from that and step back over to football?
There was never anything wrong with baseball. I mean, I love my experience at Kaskaskia, and it was awesome. But again, just an opportunity to represent this program was something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I got the opportunity to do it in football, and so that's kind of the route I went.
How did it come about? Did you call them? Did they call you? Like,
yeah, so we were just kind of exploring all options after my first year of JUCO. We didn't want to leave anything on the table, and we reached out to Illinois, and they did some like background research and got back with us, and then had me on for a visit. So, yeah.
Happened quick, or?
It did happen quick. Yeah, it happened really quick, and all of a span in like a month or two.
Oh, wow.
So it escalated pretty quickly, but grateful to be here.
When was the last time you competitively played football?
High school, early, I played high school early on in my football career, but obviously focused on baseball as of late. So it's been a couple of years, but getting back into it. So.
What's that been like getting back into sport, playing football for the first time in a couple of years?
It's been again, the coaching staff's been great in terms of the adjustment. They've been awesome helping with that. Teammates have been really good about taking me under their wing and allowing me to pick their brains a little bit. It's definitely been challenging a little bit, but nothing I can't do on my own. So.
Obviously, your family, your parents both played here athletically. Was that a factor in wanting to come and represent Illinois?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. I mean, I've always grown up watching, Illinois football and all Illinois sports, really. So it was definitely cool just to represent the program because I've been growing up watching them. So ultimately, parents weren't the full reason for that, but it definitely played a factor. So.
So is Anna like the outcast now that she's like the one?
Little, yeah. It's hard to put on Ohio State gear. We go and support her all the time, but yeah, she's definitely the outcast. So, yeah.
So is your plan to go to Kaskaskia again this spring? When did that kind of?
So
you had 1 year there, right?
Yeah.
So was your plan to go back, or did you change your plan at some point?
Yeah. So the plan was to go back for this next year, and then we reached out to Illinois, and then as soon as we kind of got all the information. We'd made a decision to step away from baseball and come here in January. But yeah, I mean, coming into the fall semester, the plan was to play the season out. But plans changed, so glad to be here.
Was it one of those things like you were watching football, like, man, I miss it, or was it like not even on your radar until it was?
A little bit of both, honestly. I didn't really expect it all to escalate as quickly as it did. I'm super grateful it did and thankful to all the coaching staff, but I definitely did miss football. So, again, excited to be here.
Kirkland played baseball?
Yeah.
Have you taken batting practice against them to see if he still throw anything? Kirkland played junior college baseball too.
Okay.
I think he was a pitcher.
Got it. I knew that. Yeah, I knew this guy that played JUCO baseball.
Yeah.
I'm still there's a lot of guys on the
Kirkland
team.
Misha,
so, yeah. So I'm still kind of getting familiar with all the faces and names, but yeah,
What's been the biggest hurdle to clear getting back into football? Like, what's something that you try to get us like, man, that's tougher than I remember?
Yeah, I think probably just learning, the ins and outs of football, the little things, like the details, just after being away for so long, like the formations and stuff like that. But just little things of football IQ and stuff like that has been a little challenging picking up. But
so, what was the moment that you realized this was actually it? Like, where were you at when you decided I'm gonna go play football at Illinois?
I was sitting in my apartment at Kaskaskia, and I just got off the phone with Coach B and just gave him the news, and I think it was like mid-October or something like that. So,
oh wow,
yeah.
So it's been in the works for a little bit here.
Yeah. So it kind of started in like late September, and then October was kind of when the decision was made. After it was a tough decision, but yeah.
What's George like, Coach McDonald, as a teacher? Kind of for you.
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, he reaches out all the time and just been making sure everything's going smoothly, helping out any way he can. I think he's been out on the road recruiting a little bit, but he's been awesome. I'm excited to continue to work with him.
It's like with their nerves, like you're in the car coming back home, which I'm sure helps. Like with their nerves, like this is a whole different life here.
Honestly, yeah, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a little nerves, but again, it's been pretty easy in terms of like the coaches like making it as easy as it can. A lot of resources. has been helpful. So yeah, there's a little nerves, but you know, yeah, it's been good.
What do you want to add, man? Like, what do you want to, be it on the field, off the field? Like, what do you want to add to this program when you're here?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to be a guy who can come out here and leave it all on the field, you know, fight for every yard and do whatever I can to help the team win. I'm not sure exactly what that looks like, but wherever the coaching staff feels they need me, I'm ready to do my job. So
you got a chance maybe to get to know, your wide receiver teammates, fairly well. Yeah, it's been like a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been only a couple of weeks, but yeah, I've been meeting a lot of guys and trying to pick their brain again on just kind of how to go about things and how to best utilize my time, putting in extra work and stuff like that. So I've been definitely a lot of time off the jugs, machines, stuff like that. So yeah.
If I would have told you when you left Centennial that you'd ultimately circle back and play football, like, would you have believed it? Would you have not? Like,
no, I mean, I probably wouldn't. No, honestly, I mean, it's crazy kind of how God works. In the moments. Yeah, I didn't expect it. Kind of came out of the blue. We were reaching out, but just crazy how God works, and was able to move the process along, and here I am. So yeah.
Were there other sports on the table, or was it like football or baseball? Like, were those the only two options you saw?
Football and baseball were the main two. We talked about track for a little bit, but that didn't really escalate into much. So just mainly football and baseball. So.
I know with your family, you kind of out history with Illinois. Was there any kind of moment watching Illinois that kind of stood out to you growing up? Any particular game or anything?
I remember the Illinois-Indiana basketball game when Indiana was #1 in the country, and I was at the game, and they upset them. That was a super cool experience to be a part of. And then there's been a lot of games. It's kind of hard to pinpoint out. That's the first one that popped out of my head. But I've been growing up watching Illinois sports forever, so I'm excited to represent them.
Did you watch this team much last year?
Oh yeah.
Breakthrough?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I stepped on campus for my visit, it was like you could just tell the culture they were building. Like it's not a coincidence that we were super successful last year, and I'm excited to see what we got in store for this year.
Is it weird saying we? Like, it's actually part of you?
I don't know. Maybe it's definitely still. I'm still kind of getting into a routine, getting adjusted. Maybe a tad, but it's been.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.